Here we go, July's voted Thematic List Build. Thank you all for placing your votes, but it was a landslide victory for everyone's favorite totally traitor, though not really, but sometimes Chaos Space Marine Legion. This one is for the 20th Legion, the Masters of Subterfuge, a thematic list build for the Alpha Legion. The Chaos Space Marine subfaction rules are classified as Legion traits, and the Alpha Legion trait is Masters of Duplicity. It offers two perks. The first grants Alpha Legion units a -1 to hit against ranged attacks if the attacker is more than 12 inches away. For vehicle units, the required range is outside of 18 inches. And the second enables Alpha Legion units to charge after falling back, or perform an action after falling back. It's definitely a step up from the previous trait. Falling back and charging or performing actions are certainly suitable, as they reflect flexibility and a focus towards the mission. Though I did share a minor gripe with this trait in my Codex review, where I posit that falling back and shooting would be a greater distillation of the Alpha Legion's qualities over falling back and charging. Link to that video in the card for those interested. But overall, as I stated, they are fine perks. The first gives you a bit of defense at range, and the second allows you to maintain some flexibility, and can also be used as an aggressive opportunistic play to charge more preferable targets, while also ensuring enemies entering your engagement range won't deny your capacity to perform actions, and therefore play to the objectives which require them. Regarding the thematic objectives of the list, I was going to create a 2-detachment list, one purely sleek Special Ops Alpha Legion, and the second hosting mutated cultists, possessed, and demon engines. The idea being that as much as people prefer the Alpha Legion to be demon-free, and I include myself in that camp, I do feel the fact of the matter is that the Alpha Legion would use any tools when deemed tactically advantageous, but would keep them isolated from the core Legion. But the way the rules are written, you need to have more core Astartes infantry than cultist units, which makes sense. But again, there are no core infantry with the demon or demonkin keyword, and so I can't make that army list, which is definitely cool. So instead I'm opting for something less fancy, but what I believe is more in line with what Alpha Legion fans prefer: tactical flexibility. In keeping with their character, I want to take a list which has enough units to accommodate the strategic needs of the Alpha Legion. Clean chaos. Similar to the Orc clans and technology, the different legions all sit on this spectrum. Where the word bearers are likely to take the most corrupted spot, the Alpha Legion would take the least corrupted, and so I want to field a list that doesn't lean into demonology. Now, let's head over to the list breakdown. The list is organized into a battalion. Let's start with the objective-oriented units, our troops. First up are 2 legionary squads. Both units are configured identically. Each are 5 bodies strong, 3 are equipped with chainswords, 1 marine is taking a heavy chain axe, and the champion taking a power fist. And both units are marked Khorne and taking icons. Since the new book has released, this particular combination has been a winner in the games I've played. On the charge, it gives you 12 chainsword attacks hitting on 3s at strength 5 with AP 2 dealing 1 damage, and 7 unwieldy attacks at strength 9 with big AP dealing 2 damage. This, I find, is a pretty good quality to volume ratio for the points spent, and that is before the Hatred Eternal strat to fight again if necessary, or the exploding hits from Wontons. Also, Khorne units open up the Scorn of Sorcery strat, which is a nice little ace up your sleeve which these squads provide. In a Khorne Berserker style, those 2 units will be making use of a Chaos Rhino. The next squad is another unit of legionaries, though this one is taken with 5 bolt guns and the champion taking a power sword. This third squad fills a flexible position, which I will reference later, but one of its roles is as a backline objective holder. This is followed by 3 units of cultist mobs. All are equipped with cultist firearms, and the champions taking bolt pistols because Alpha Legion cultists should be more elite. Their role in the list is to spread out, apply obsec pressure, and sow disorder. Moving on to the elites, we're opening up with a squad of Chosen. Now, Chosen have always been weird, as they have much of the same problems the generic veterans do on the Loyalist side. Their new Chosen ability is neat, as it allows them to benefit from all Wontons when they destroy a unit. What's whack is their absurd war gear limitations, quite strange for the chosen veterans of the Legion.
Oh, that is whack!
Regardless, they will be our specialist unit, a kill team squad of elite subterfuge veterans. They are marked Tzeentch and taken with an icon, and 2 models in the unit have meltaguns, and the champion has an accursed weapon. Next, to provide further objective support or pressure, are 2 units of raptors, loaded up identically, with each champion taking a power sword. And then, bringing some meat to this list are 2 Hellbrutes configured with multi-meltas and power scourges. A quick note on Hellbrutes. Boy am I tired of GW trying to parallel Hellbrutes to Dreadnoughts. It is just so absurd to rule them the same way, when the Hellbrute is quite clearly some sort of demonic vehicle. It's too bad we don't have a classification or a keyword for anything like that. Why this is bad is because Dreadnoughts have an important role. They serve as battle sarcophagi for warriors who would otherwise be slain, but by their will they continue to serve beyond death. But I guess if you're a Chaos Space Marine put into a Dreadnought, you just end up going crazy and turn into a Hellbrute. My point is, Chaos Dreadnoughts should exist, in the same vein as a Chaos Rhino. Because, as I mentioned in my Chaos Codex review, there are some legions and warbands which don't want to lean into the demonic. And I think the Sisters of Battle Rhino kit is proof of concept of what a well-designed upgrade sprue can do to an old kit. With that in mind, this presents an excellent hobby opportunity. Pick a box Dreadnought of your choice, and tastefully convert it so it's suitable to your Alpha Legion army. Regardless, these 2 Hellbrutes are here to trundle up the board, soaking fire and blasting enemies with their multi-meltas. Next, providing some agile heavy weaponry are 2 Sakaran battle tanks. Both are equipped with their Heracles autocannons and a heavy bolter. Each Sakaran costs you 1 command point, which sucks. And it sucks even more in Warzone Nephilim, where you have very little CP to begin with. But the Sakaran's sleek aesthetic is well suited to the Alpha Legion. For those who would rather have the CP, a Predator Annihilator with last cannon sponsons and a combi melta has the same cost. And bringing in some backline fire support are a unit of last cannon Havocs. This brings us to our HQs. Leading the army is a Chaos Lord. In addition to the Chaos Lord's war gear gutting, removing jump packs, the Alpha Legion Sniper Lord has been terribly gimped. The Headhunter Warlord trait is still present, so we can still ignore Lookout Sir, but it's the relics which are lacking. There is no longer a relic bolt gun. Instead, we have a relic pistol option, but nobody wants to snipe with a pistol. But hey, look at this relic bolt shell, which can be fired from any bolt weapon, and yields pretty good results. Well, who even cares? Because the only bolt weapon a Chaos Lord can have is a bolt pistol.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
So instead, our Chaos Lord in this list will be a Master Manipulator type. He's marked Tzeentch, and is equipped with a plasma pistol and power sword. And he's been given the Warlord trait, Covert Control, which allows him to buff a core unit to fire and still perform actions, and to improve that unit's OPSEC. And to further his machinations, he's also been given the relic, Hydra's Wail, which he can use to increase the cost of a crutch enemy stratagem. And serving as his twin commander is a sorcerer marked Tzeentch. The powers he's taken are Death Hex and Warp Time, both of which are abilities which provide great utility. And for being Tzeentch, he knows the Skeins of Fate power, which can be used to give himself or the Chosen a 4-up invulnerable save. And to aid in the subterfuge, he's been given the Warlord trait Master of Diversion. It's a trait I rate quite highly, as it affords you tremendous flexibility. Whether it's used to put units into reserves for secondaries like Engage on all fronts, or if you're pulling a bait and switch during deployment, or if you just need to course correct. It is certainly an ability which is on theme for the Alpha Legion. And the final unit of the list is another Chaos Rhino. It is here to provide you more options. Perhaps you want the Chosen and the Legionary squad to ride forward. Or maybe you want your characters to ride along with the Chosen and take up the midfield. Or perhaps you want to give your Havocs a layer of defense in the early game. Having 2 Rhinos gives you twice the options. And that's the list, clocking in at an even 2,000 points. Despite my rantings throughout, I am pleased with the list's theme. It certainly has mechanics which offer great flexibility, and it's a pretty clean Chaos Space Marine Alpha Legion list. All the Astartes units have Loyalist equivalents if you like to be extra deceptive, and it's even led by a twin command. That's a wrap on this Alpha Legion thematic list build. Thanks for watching, and a special thanks to my patrons, Julius Maximus, as well as the others who help keep the dream alive, and who populate the nominations for the thematic list build polls. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. So, if you enjoyed this video, there is a like button, and if you want to help my channel grow, there is a subscribe button. There is also a bell button and a share button, so press the buttons you want to press. And with that, I will hope to see you guys in the next one.